Now we have all seen the classic Extralite HyperStem for many years now. Even this HyperStealth, which is the totally blacked out edition, has been out for many years as well. And I personally own 3 of these stems before, but this one is the latest iteration that actually allows you to do some internal cable routing with the help of this transition spacer that goes on there. And for a round stem, it looks pretty neat, I have to say. Now, this is actually not my stem for once. I was over at Equilibrium headquarters having a little dig around in their drawers, and yeah, Vlad showed me he had this, and I asked if I could just borrow it and just see how it will look and stuff, and yeah, do some experimentation. While I was there, I managed to jank this off a frame, and this went flying onto the concrete floor, and I managed to chip the corner here. As you can see, it's very thin to be able to be that flush. So yeah, I'm very sorry for that, Vlad. We'll sort something out. Anyway, since I hadn't seen this out in the real world before, I figured there might be some other people that haven't seen it either, but might be interested. So it's more than just drilling 2 holes in the standard Extralite HyperStem. There's definitely some thicker material around this hole, so there are proper reinforcements to keep the stiffness and all that mess, and of course keeping it safe. This spacer, 3D printed, like I said, yeah, has those holes. And just to show you how this works, it's pretty simple. Thread a hose there and the hose there, and I think it will be pretty straightforward. Yeah, you can just push it through. And then you of course need a handlebar with an opening at the front, or at the back, I mean. Pretty simple. So according to the Extralite website, from what I understand, this will just straight up replace the existing top cap for a standard 52mm upper headset. But when I tried it myself on the Data DCR, not quite as straightforward as I thought. Yeah, but more on that later. Just let's go through all the specs and of course the weight. Just want to know the weight. So this particular stem is 110mm long, and it's a standard 6-degree angle. The clamps, the stack height is the same as the non-integrated version, and the stack height is, just to be thorough, we have 38mm. By the way, finally got myself an analog caliper. Tired of my cheap, crappy digital one eating batteries all the time. So with the top cap, we have, what do we have? We have 50.3mm total stack, including that spacer. So if you need to slam it, including the headset top part, you need just over, what is that? I think the minimum insert for these are 32. So yeah, 50, 47 something, 47mm of fork steer tube to play with. All right, let's check the weight. So the stem by itself, 82.9, and as you can see, it's the same weight as the non-integrated one I will insert here, which was basically 82.5, I think, something like that, right? So we're not sacrificing any weight on the stem itself for those integrated ports. If you just check the spacer or the top cap, 9 grams, that's pretty good. So just for reference, this is a Data S DCR, which I used with my old Extralite stem, and that's 9.7, but there's also a top cover on this, which I couldn't find, so there you go. Not bad, not bad. Now to the issue I had trying this out on my DCR headset. This is not a straight replacement, but as you can see, this top part is totally flat. Like the inner part here is the same, what do you call it, level as the outer part. And if we take the DCR, for example, you can see the inner part that goes around this extra steer tube sits deeper into the actual top cap. When I measured this, it was about almost 3 millimeters, I think. So yeah, it's not very accurate measurement just for him, but just to see, yeah, it's basically over almost 3 millimeters deeper into the headset, so to speak. And what that means, so if I take the DCR split ring, put that in, and the top cap goes on top of that, you see you have this space here. But if I take this top cap, then there's a lot more space there. So this is not a straight replacement for the data. I will insert some pictures on when I put this on the head tube on the bike, so you can see the actual gap that this will cause. Now I also had my Evian Canaries came with the whole split ring and assembly as well. That is a bit shallower, but it's still like 1.5 millimeters. So even when I put this split ring on, I still had a pretty nasty gap there. So those two systems are pretty much out in terms of using this straight off. So I'm wondering if the FSA ACR is the one that's supposed to work with this without any modifications. So if anyone's out there with an ACR headset, please feel free to confirm if the inner and outer part of that top cap is on the same level, so to speak. If that's the case, I would just basically need to get myself an FSA ACR headset instead, or at least a split ring and an upper bearing. Yeah. Now for now, I'm just experimenting a bit. I don't know if I will end up on another Extralite stem. I have no problem with them. They're working really good for me, even though like the torque specs for the handlebar is only 2 newtonmeters, which has worked fine. My last one, no issues at all. Just remember, do not use carbon paste. You should be good. I think the steer clamp is you can do up to 3 newtonmeters. The problem for me would of course be a bit more weight. It's really hard to beat the Darman XM drag with this stem and a handlebar combined in terms of weight. Anyway, we'll see what happens in the future. I wouldn't mind having that extra dimension of adjustment by having a separate bar and stem again. But yeah, we'll see what happens. For now though, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Peace.